Hey, Falcons fans. If you want to stay up to date with all the news, updates, and updates about our team, you're in the right place. Here, you'll find everything about the Atlanta Falcons, with content made especially for our fans. So, don't waste time. Subscribe to the channel now and activate the bell to be the first to receive all notifications. And, of course, leave a like to strengthen our incredible community of Falcons fans. Get ready, because we're bringing you the latest and exclusive news. Now, let's get to today's news.
Commanders list Noah Brown as a limited participant in practice. The team returned to practice this Wednesday, with some important updates on the injury report. After an offseason marked by absences in the receiving corps, the Commanders can finally count on key reinforcements for their upcoming matchup against the New York Giants this Sunday. Terry McLaurin, the offense's main target, is no longer listed on the injury report. The wide receiver spent part of the training camp on the disabled list due to an ankle injury. The good news is that his recovery progressed quickly, especially after signing a contract extension last month, and he is cleared to play. Noah Brown, who had been sidelined with a knee injury, returned to practice on a limited basis this Wednesday. Although he is still being monitored, he is expected to be able to bolster the offense this week. Among the highlights of the day, veteran tight end Zach Ertz did not participate in practice. However, his absence isn't a concern. It was simply a day off scheduled by the coaching staff, unrelated to any physical issue. Other players also appear to be limited. Cornerback Jonathan Jones, with hamstring discomfort, and defensive end Dorrance Armstrong, who is nursing a knee injury. Both continue to be evaluated daily. On the other hand, quarterback Marcus Mariota, who is recovering from an Achilles tendon injury, practiced normally, as did kicker Matt Gay, who had been sidelined due to illness but has now fully recovered. Everything indicates that the Commanders could arrive at a nearly full lineup for the divisional clash, raising fan expectations for a crucial game against the Giants. Free agent visit could bring important reinforcement to the Commanders. Hey, Washington Commanders fans! The Washington franchise may be about to take a strategic step to further strengthen its wide receiver core before the start of the season. Last week, the team received great news when Terry McLaurin, the offense's top target, signed a new 3-year contract extension. With that, the focus turned to finalizing the roster, which was reduced to 53 players, but drew attention for retaining only 5 wide receivers. In addition to McLaurin and newcomer star Deebo Samuel, the group includes Noah Brown, who has struggled with injuries throughout the summer and still raises concerns about his durability, even though he is expected to be available for Week 1. The other 2 names are rookies Jalen Lane, a 4th-round pick, and Luke McCaffrey, a 2024 3rd-round pick. Lane has shown potential and promises to be a future prospect, while McCaffrey is still looking to establish his place in the offensive rotation. Given this scenario, it made sense for the board to explore the market for experience. And that's exactly what happened when the New England Patriots surprised everyone by releasing Kendrick Bourne, a 6'1", 205-pound wide receiver with 8 NFL seasons under his belt. Bourne already has 292 receptions, 3,714 yards, averaging 12.7 per reception, and 22 touchdowns in his career. Another factor that increases the likelihood of this trade is Bourne's relationship with Adam Peters, the current general manager of the Commanders. Peters worked in San Francisco for the first 4 years of the receiver's career with the 49ers, where Bourne also played alongside Deebo Samuel. This connection could weigh in Washington's favor. Shortly after being released, Bourne scheduled 2 visits, first with the 49ers on Monday, and then with the Commanders on Tuesday. The player has already confirmed his arrival in Northern Virginia to meet with the team on social media. According to reporter Ian Rappaport, both San Francisco and Washington have already presented the framework for a potential deal even before the visits. The good news for fans is that Bourne left the meeting with the 49ers without signing a contract, which keeps the door open for the Commanders. With 2 teams interested, the advantage may lie precisely in the fact that Washington is the player's last stop. If a deal is finalized, Bourne would be able to compete for cap space immediately, providing depth and security for Jaden Daniels' wide receiver group. Commanders sign NFC North player for $50 million in trade deadline. If you're looking for reasons why the Chicago Bears have been so bad for so long, the obvious place to start is the NFL Draft. We can point to the 2025 NFL Draft as the most recent example. That's when the Bears selected Michigan tight end Colston Loveland 10th overall. Despite already having an elite tight end on the roster, 26-year-old Cole Kmet, who signed a 4-year, $50 million contract extension before the 2023 season. Loveland and Kmet are essentially the same player. Both are 6 feet 4 inches, Loveland weighs 240 pounds, and Kmet weighs around 240 pounds. Both are super athletic tight ends who can stretch the field. In 2024, Kmet had 47 receptions for 474 yards and 4 touchdowns as the Bears went 5-12. They hadn't had a winning season since 2018. In 2024, his final season at Michigan, Loveland had 56 receptions for 582 yards and 5 touchdowns. For a team that needs help in almost every aspect of the field, betting on a team that actually had a good player doesn't make sense. This also makes it likely that the Bears will offload Kmet this season at some point, and likely at a much lower price. Commanders could land Kmet in trade. Christopher Knox of Bleacher Report believes the Washington Commanders could be a strong candidate to land Kmet in a trade, with compensation in the form of a 2026 fifth-round draft pick. Kmet, who will receive $10 million in 2025, could be a prime candidate for a midseason trade if the Bears struggle. Kmet could be available for a strong offer, and his availability will only increase if Chicago heads toward the trade deadline without a winning record. Knox wrote on September 3rd, "Given his production and age 26, his value should be closer to what we saw Deebo Samuel command 5th-round pick than what the Miami Dolphins got for tight end Jonas Smith 6th-round pick." In 2024, Washington took a chance on veteran tight end Zach Ertz, who would soon turn 35, with a 1-year, $3 million contract, and saw him resurrect with 66 receptions for 654 yards and 7 touchdowns. He also started every regular season game for the first time since 2018, after missing a total of 17 games for the Arizona Cardinals in 2022 and 2023. Having a reliable pass-catching option besides Ertz at tight end, even an expensive option like Kmet, could be a smart move. Do you think the Commanders should invest in Cole Kmet, or would it be better to invest in reinforcements at other, more needy positions on the roster? I believe that although we already have veteran Zach Ertz in good shape, bringing in Kmet could be a strategic move for the future of the offense. It would be a way to give Jaden Daniels more weapons and, at the same time, prepare a natural transition for when Ertz leaves the team. Now, I want to hear your opinion. Leave your thoughts on this possible trade in the comments, and let's discuss it. And of course, don't forget to like the video, as this greatly helps the channel grow and brings even more content about our Washington Commanders.